I enjoyed representing, the profession. I enjoyed representing the architects, and it was really when the mentor was Ron Bertone, who helped me immensely. And he became a partner. We did a lot of work together, but it was Ron who really, gave me the confidence and pushed me. Just getting involved with AIA, it was truly the most consistent, aspect of my professional life. It was always there. You could always find help there. And I went from sole proprietorship to having a small firm. There's only 8 of us, but it was always like I can call, and there's people I can, that would always help me. So I felt comfortable with that. But when you go to an AIA meeting and you meet people like Jerry Eben, first time, and Jerry's checking me out. Who are you? You had to pass the Jerry test. And thank God I did. And then you meet Bill Brown. You meet Dave Delvecchio. You meet all these people along the way that, Bruce Turner. I mean, it's just amazing that you can have friends that long in a profession for 40 years. It's just a wonderful thing. And you think that what's really cool is like we really do care about each other. That in itself is it's just one of the best things you can ask for in a professional life. And my wife Susan, who I thank God she was with me the whole time, through every part of my career, from meeting her in school, getting licensed, but when I got involved with AIA, she always said I never complained about it. I always did the leadership stuff, and any position that I held, it was because I wanted to do it. And that in itself is the simplest way to explain, like, my involvement was primarily because I enjoyed it immensely. I can't thank my colleagues enough, because they are the ones that put my name forward for the State Board of Architects. I didn't push for it. I didn't advocate on my behalf. They said they wanted me, and God bless his soul, Joe Simonetta, called me and said, it's your name that's there in front of the governor. And I was like, Joe? I'm like, what are you talking about? He says, for the State Board of Architects. And I said, okay, this is good. Early in my career, I had a client, I think I was in business one year. And the people that owned Naninas in the park called me. It was locally in Belleville, New Jersey. And I said, we want to put a banquet hall, an addition onto the facility to handle weddings. And I said, okay. And I had designed that. And then those owners were wonderful, the Gators, and they retired from the business. And the Murillos and Vito Cucci, they bought the business. Next thing you know, it's like everything I was trying to do with the Gator family on the facility, they embraced, and they said, we're doing that. We're going to add it. So I found a new home with these owners, and we kind of built Naninas to what really the reputation that it had, and they helped. I'm extremely proud of the little chapel that we just finished at Naninas in the park, and I got a lot of nice, a beautiful response from people, saying we didn't think it could fit. We didn't, it looks beautiful, and on and on. Some things come easy to you, and I really believe architecture is a God-given talent, and it comes from your heart. And as architects, we have the ability to touch people's hearts. That's what we do in design. And you just can't wake up one day and say, I'm going to be an architect. It's just, it's in your blood. I've always believed that part of leadership is also to be able to, if you get something working, you have to pass it on. And that generation has to be able to run with it and make it work. And they have to do the same. That's good leadership. That keeps an organization running and functioning and has reason to exist.